Welcome, dear brothers and sisters. This is your Elliot Wave Master Course Beginner, Part 6. In this part, we are going to learn more about triangles, why triangles is a very, very important part of your Elliot Wave journey. And if you mark the triangles correctly and you identify them properly, you can, with a 99% accuracy, know what is the next direction of the market. So, you must have heard many, many times that in the social media sphere of analysis, like YouTube or your Instagram or Facebook or your Twitter, whatever it may be, there you must have heard many, many analysts suggesting, okay, market is forming a triangle in this time frame. It can break out, be ready, or it can break down, be ready. The truth be told, if you really know what a triangle is, you know the next direction of the market very, very easily. Okay, that is the truth. And many, many people, I can't emphasize how many times I have seen people getting misinterpreting what a triangle is and deceiving, or the retail people are the so-called dumb money, which I call it. They are getting deceived by what a triangle is, right? People read the textbooks and think they can come to the market and apply it. So in this case, what happens is people think, just this example, this is a real triangle, but people start marking their triangles like this. They think that this point is also a valid setup for a triangle, right? It's not. People start marking the triangles from here. It is not. Triangles have a specific way of marking, and if you do it correctly, you will know 100% which direction it's going to break out or break down. Okay, so let's get into the rules of a triangle. So for a triangle, we have 5 touch points, meaning there are 5 legs inside a triangle. Okay, namely it's A, your B, C, D, and E. Okay, the major point of identifying a triangle is that you see every high here is a lower high. Okay, every low here is a higher low. I'll repeat it again. Every high is a lower high. Every low is a higher low, meaning the pattern is getting squeezed. Okay, price is getting squeezed in the market. Keep that in mind when you analyze triangles. This is the most important part, right? So when does the triangle form? When does a triangle form? It forms in wave 4 or it forms in wave B. This is the shortcut which I'm telling you. You won't find this in any textbook. Okay. So wave 4 and wave B is where the triangle will form. You already know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you see the beginner part 2, an impulsive structure, where I told you wave 4 is the most dangerous part. And in the corrective structure, within the corrective structure, I told you your wave B is the most dangerous one. The reason for this is that this is the distribution stage where 99% retail traders lose their money, right? It is a complex stage. Your wave 2 here is not as complex as wave 4. Wave 4 can be any complex correction. Similar to that, even wave B can be any complex correction. Corrections itself, there are many forms, but your complex corrections, right, happens only in wave 4 and your wave B. Triangle is one form of a complex correction, but it is a high probability setup, HPS. It is a high probability setup. If it forms and you mark it and you identify it correctly, you know the direction of the next move, and the next move will be very, very fast. If you want to catch the next move, you have to understand and mark your triangles correctly, right? This is the basic funda of a triangle. Now, let's look at the structure. In case if it's a previous trend is bullish, 99% chances market will trend bullish again after the triangle is made. So it's very important to understand not every uh, consolidation is a triangle. You have these specific rules. Each low is a higher low, each high is a lower high, right? In a bearish trend, if the previous trend is bearish, after a triangle, you will see the bearish trend continue. This will be a very fast move. Okay. If you want to capture the fast move, you have to understand the structure of the triangle. Okay. Here, the price is getting squeezed, right? Price is getting squeezed in one tiny range. Similarly, each high is a lower high, each low is a higher low. Okay. Now, this rule which I'm going to tell you is very, very important. Keep that in mind. Take it in your notes. As a beginner or a new to this Elliott wave, you do not identify the triangle till your wave D is formed. You wait till your wave D is formed. Only then you will think about saying, yes, I am sure it's a triangle. Okay. You have to wait till your wave D. When you go to your advanced stage in your advanced concepts, even before your wave C is formed, you can identify, yes, a triangle is going to be made. I'm going to be ready, right? There are some specific tricks for that. Even before your wave C is formed, you will identify, yes, it's a triangle coming ahead, right? So for that, some tricks are there, which you will learn only in the advanced concepts. For now, keep this in mind. Only after you find wave D will you understand for sure. You will say for yourself in your analysis, yes, a triangle is in the making. Okay, keep that in mind. Please do not violate this rule. There are many amateurs out there who will suggest they have huge following on your social media. If they suggest it's a triangle, many people will blindly believe it. Many people lose their hard-earned money, right? From heart of a trader who has seen all this, I'm telling you a heart to heart, kindly do your own analysis, educate yourself. I am trying my best here to help you to analyze the market on your own. You do not need any help of anyone else. Okay. So you wait for wave D to be formed. Okay. Then if wave D is lower than your wave B, you understand this is going to be a wave E in the market. After the wave E is finished, yes, we are going to catch the next big trending move. Correct? Now, one important thing here, I have marked the trend line connecting A, C, and E, and the upside trend line mark using connecting B and D. Usually what happens, 90% people, they mark the entire move like this. This is not supposed to be marked in a triangle. Why? Because sometimes in the market, you will see that it is not necessary for D to come and touch this trend line. It can terminate before itself, right? It is not necessary for E to come and touch this trend line again. It can terminate before. Okay. So when you draw such trend lines, in your mind, you have a conceived notion, means you have an idea that yes, E will come and touch this trend line, only then it will turn. No, that is not necessary. E can terminate before you touch the trend line. Same thing, wave D can terminate before you touch any trend line on top. So never mark these trend lines. But just for your idea of how the triangle looks like, I have marked a trend line for you. This is what a textbook tells you. What I am telling you is do not mark these trend lines. Keep an idea. The rule is that your wave C, wave A, and wave, all the lows will make a higher low. Okay. All the highs will make a lower high. Okay. This is what is a triangle. After a triangle is completed, the previous trend will start and it will be fast and furious move. Okay. Keep this in mind. This is what is a triangle. Now, there is one very, very rare setup. After so much back testing or back looking at the looking back at the candlesticks pattern, only then I could find one example. This is called an expanding triangle. It's a very, very rare pattern. I thought it is very good if you know this pattern also. Okay. How does this pattern look like? This is your live market example. How does this pattern look like? This is your example of an expanding triangle. The best part is we already know that this will form only in wave 4 or wave B, because triangles only form in wave 4 or wave B. So your expanding triangle, if it forms, it will form only in wave 4 and wave B. It's a very rare pattern. You don't have to focus so much on it, but you must be aware that it is possible. So how do I think as a trader? Yes, okay, market is completed wave 3. Now we are in wave 4. I can see a triangle. If it's a triangle, I can see expanding triangle, or I can see a normal triangle. Normal triangles are more often you can see. Expanding triangles are very, very rare. I have taken some time to find one expanding triangle example for you. Okay. So in this stage of the market, what actually happens in your retail community or the social media groups or traders mindset? What happens is even the professionals or the so-called professionals on social media, they think that this is a drop of wave 4 and this is wave 5. So they come out on social media suggesting, yes, the market is going to fall, it's going to hit lower targets, so and so, yada, yada, yada. They come and suggest that, and market starts to fall, right? Everyone gets a good appreciation. They start, selling courses. A lot of subscribers, a lot of followers increase, and they think they're on top of the world. Suddenly, without hitting their target, market turns around and goes to break the previous high. Now, what happened to all the followers? The followers are, ready for lower targets. They have taken their positions. They don't know what to do. Even the analyst who suggests lower targets, he's quiet. He doesn't know what is happening in the market. He's quiet. And then the market goes and breaks this high, right? It breaks this high. So he comes out again and says, yes, okay, market has finished the swing low here. We are going for higher targets. Make sure now the market is bullish. Be careful in your shorts, bears, be careful, so and so, so and so comes on social media, right? So, okay, the followers are like, okay, fine, now the market is going higher. Let me take longs. So here everyone takes bucket loads of longs and they sit. Suddenly, what the market does is falls back down. It falls back down and it breaks the previous swing low. Again, your analyst has gone quiet. He was expecting long side, bigger trades, but suddenly the market has turned down. Now, this can happen to any analyst. Does not matter which hedge fund or media fund or whatever you're doing. This can happen to anyone, right? Like I said, until your wave T is formed, you never decide whether a triangle is made or not. Okay, in advanced concepts, you'll understand ahead before the wave forms. How can I identify it's a triangle or not? There are some specific ways with the help of indicators we will find out such moves in the market. Okay, so here what happens is the analyst gives you long targets and suddenly the market falls down. Poor retailers who are stuck here, now they don't know what to do. They have to again book their loss. Suddenly the market goes and breaks this low here. So the analyst comes out and says, yes, market top is done. Now we are going to see lower targets. Okay. And then again, the followers who have missed any move, they are thinking, okay, this analyst has a big following, some thousands and some 100,000s, maybe 1 lakh, maybe YouTubers, subscribers. He is suggesting the market is falling down. Many people are following him, so he must be right, right? And then suddenly the market turns back up and goes higher. So every turn the analyst is wrong, right? Every turn, all his followers are losing money. He does not lose money, only he just changes his view every time the market turns. But all his followers, retailers follow. Now, this I'm telling you as an example, not to defame anyone. I am telling this as an example because this is what I have seen happen. Okay. I want you guys to be very sensitive towards information in social media. You have to be very, very strong in your own fundamentals of analyzing the market using Elliott waves. No Tom, Dick, and Harry will tell you what will happen in the market. Once you cross your intermediate stage, you will identify the market structure yourself, and some professionals also, you will correct them. Even though if you choose to or be quiet, does not matter. You will know the correct direction of the market. They might be wrong also, even if there are thousands of followers. All right. So now this is an example of expanding triangle. Let's just quickly look at the graphic. Here again, we have 5 touch points. The market in this case is expanding. Okay. It's expanding. This is also, you can call it as a megaphone pattern. Price is expanding in the direction. So each high here is making a higher high compared to the previous one. Previous example of a triangle, each high was making a lower high, correct? Each high was making a lower high, each low was making a lower low, but here each low is making a new low, lower low. Here example, each high was each low was making a higher low. In this expanding, each low is making a lower low. Okay, that is the major difference. This is a very rare pattern. You don't have to focus much on this. You can focus more on this. If it forms, you know it forms only in wave 4 and wave B. Okay, wave 4 and wave B, this is where it forms. If you see any triangle anywhere, you know it's either wave 4 or wave B. The previous wave will be wave 3, the previous wave will be wave 8, the next wave will be wave 5, and then a new correction. In this case, the next wave will be wave C, and then we'll start a new trending move in the market. That's how it helps us to identify the entire structure of the market. All right. So in the next part, we'll study a similar high probability pattern called your ending diagonal and leading diagonal. Right? Diagonals is something very important. This we will study in the next part. So I'll see you in the next part.